Good afternoon, everyone. So welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be looking at the 2130 restoration. Yes, it's back on the cards. A lot of people asking me about this machine over the last couple of years, and here it is. We're going to get back doing some work on it. It's been 2.5 years since we've done anything to it. I was reckoning about 18 months. It's almost 2.5 years. It's been quite a while. We had planned to get back at it last year, and that didn't happen. We ended up then, we had the head gasket issue with the 2850, which then in turn turned into like a whole restoration and a repaint and doing up of it, which took up plenty of time and the money that was put aside to work on this tractor. So here we are, 12 months later, and we're going to start doing the work now on the 2130. So a bit late, but better late than never. Before we get going and before we look at the tractor and what we've done to it, as always, don't forget to hit the sub button. It means a lot to me to get all these extra subs. So if you're watching the channel, don't forget to just hit that little subscribe button there below the video, or there beside my name. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything. Just set up an account if you haven't got one. You need an email address. Once you set up, then click on the sub, and then it helps the channel. It really does. And then it also then gets you that you can click the like button, and then you can leave me a comment as well. If you want to comment or ask me anything, or tell me I'm doing something wrong, or tell me I'm doing something right, whatever you want to leave the comment about, throw it down and then the comment section as well. Love that whole interaction and chatting with people. And yeah, then in turn, then if the comment, the likes and the subscribes, they all help the channel. So it means a lot to get the subs. So get in there and hit that sub button. So anyway, let's move on with the video and we'll get cracking and see what we have done and what we are going to do with this machine. So, what happened that this machine ended up having to get this work done to it? Well, it wasn't as such in use in every day, this tractor, but it was on hand, if you like. Up until 2007, until we bought the teleporter, this tractor was fitted with a loader. Cut out all the blocks, fed all the cattle. Okay, we hadn't just got as many cattle at that stage, but it's still done all the feeding, the loading of the feeder, and was a busy tractor around the yard. So 2007 came, bought the teleporter, and this tractor then kind of went into a semi-retirement as such. It was only used. You mightn't need it. Look, there could be weeks you mightn't drive it or mightn't be doing much with it. Other weeks you could be using it every day. It was just kind of on hand. It was around the yard. It was on the power washer. You know, if you needed to move a trailer around the yard, it was very useful to have around the yard. Had a pickup hitch on it. You could pop it on the hay bob, turn hay with it, walk the square baler with it. We've done all those jobs with it. So very useful to have around the yard. Very usable tractor. And yeah, doing those little jobs around the yard, doing those bits and pieces, and we discovered some oil when it started leaking out around the seal. Out near the wheel here, where there's a wheel bearing. So investigated a little more, and we seen that the seal had bust, and there's a wheel bearing in here that had went bad. So bit of playing the wheels, we said, right, look, we're going to have to do some work to this. Hadn't been much work done to it in quite a while. It's always been a very reliable old tractor, and yeah, it's time to do a few jobs to it. So took the wheel off, done the wheel bearing. Discovered then that we had to take this half axle off, discovered the brakes was gone on it. We ended up having to do the brakes. We redone the pistons on the brakes, done both sides, so had both half axles out, redone all the seals, everything that needed to be done, redone the whole thing when we were in there, and that was that end of it sorted. So when we were in there, then there's also the handbrake works on a band, and we had to take the hydraulic top off anyway. So when we were in there, we said, right, we'll do the band as well on the handbrake band, get it done the way. So we got it done. There was also some other seals. There was a seal at the PTO here that was leaking. We'd done it, and I can't remember if there was any more seals. There might have been something else that we done in there as well. Possibly, was there a seal possibly in there on the? I think there was a seal in there. I'd have to ask Dad just to be to be sure, but I think there was a seal done in there, maybe on the piston for working the arms. I think there was a seal done in it as well. Have to double check that. But so that was all those kind of jobs was done on the tractor. We moved forward then, we didn't stop there, split the tractor, we redone the clutch on it. The clutch had been changed many years ago, could be 25 years ago. I was small, young enough, and I can remember it being done. And then with doing all the load of work, the clutch just wasn't great when we inspected it. Got a new clutch for it, so we popped a new clutch into it, checked the multi-power, checked the clutch pack on it. I think some of the discs on it had to be replaced. We got some discs for it, replaced those. So you can see we took it the whole way right up. I've done the whole back end of it, everything that needed done, and redone it. So that was the back end side of it done, if you like. So we'll go up there at the front and we'll see what else we done up there. So now up this end of the tractor we have the steering box was taken off, and we had to do a little bit of a job on it. There was some play in it, just with all the use over the years. So yeah, it was tightened up and that end of it was sorted out. There was always a very light steering in these tractors, notoriously light. If you had it on lock, if you had full lock to the left and just spun the wheel, it'll spin on its own nearly right the whole way around to full lock in the other direction. So yeah, the 1978 this tractor is, so for its time they were very nice to drive. What else did we do to it? Engine, we put a new fuel pump on it, as you can see. There's a full set of injectors has been put in a couple of years back, so that end of it then should be okay. We did take the head off it, and the head gasket was done. We just put a new head gasket in, just in case that there was anything wrong with it, and whatever other gaskets and seals that is all incorporated with that. There is a small leak. There's a small leak in here. You can actually see some of the oil is still in there. And we have the seal for it, and that's going to be done. But it requires us to take the front out of the tractor and the fuel tank out. And that's all going to be done as well. So there's still a little bit of mechanical work still to be done. But the majority of it is done as such. So I'd say the first things we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on that seal, get the front out of it here, get that seal changed, and we'll get the tractor then back up and running, get it started and get it running. And we'll leave it running maybe for a couple of hours till we just make sure that everything's okay, that all the seals are okay, you know, before you start maybe doing any shot blasting or sanding down and pay any of the paint work on it. So we'll get all that checked out and tested first. Yeah, so I don't know how good a standard we're going to take it to. We're going to take it to a decent enough standard, but we do intend to still use this tractor, so you know, we're not going to go overboard with it either. The front panel here is not great on it, there's a lot of rust on it, so let's see if we can locate a panel. There's a light, the old lights here, they're broken up, so we'll see. We'll have to locate a panel, a few lights. What else have we to get for it? We also have to get the bonnet. You can see the nose cone on it. Has gotten a little bit of damage on it from before, and it's going to have to get something done with it too. So there's plenty of work to be done to it. The dash is here. The dash isn't, the clocks aren't too bad, but the glass is starting to go a little bit white, and I'm going to do something with those. Bit of rewiring is going to have to be done in the back of the dash, so a bit of tidying up on that before we can put it back in and start to get it back together. The cab, which we took off fairly early on, it has had a lot of work done to it. It's back now. These bits here are all original, they were all sanded down, checked out, and anything that needed replacing was replaced. So there's all new, let's see now, there's not great light here, but there is all new side paneling here on the side of it, the whole way around. You can see it there on the inside. And then there was new pieces all put in, so you can see the likes of that bit of box section right down there was all replaced. So anything really that needed replaced was replaced. You can see new pieces down here on the floor, new pieces up along the side. And then we've completely new mud guards made for it. And this is down here. So they're just, I'll tell you what we've done with them. We've got them, they're built. Hold on, I'll stop the camera for a second and turn them over so you can see them. So you can see now I've just swapped the mudguard right over. and give you a better look at it. So it's made exactly the same as what the original one was, but it's a couple of inches wider. And the reason we put it slightly wider is the wheels that we have on the machine now are wider than what the original as well. And it's just for appearance more so than anything else. The original mudguard ended, I think, somewhere around about here. The new one now will take it out almost to the edge of the wheel, so it's only just for appearance. So yeah, it's exactly the same. So we'll have to try and locate similar square lights on the back. If we're going to try and keep it as original as we can, we could go down the LED route, but I don't think we will do that. So yeah, that's the mudguards. There's a new rear door window as well. You can see it here. It's got a little two-part, there's a small then window on the bottom of it. So it's got that on it as well. It's been made up, the rear window. And then we have the two doors here down at the side. They've had all pieces welded into them as well where they've needed it, you know. So the top half of the door frame, I think, is the original. This is a bit of it here, but then down the bottom, then there was bits that needed replaced, and they were replaced as needed. What else have we got? That's the exhaust. We're going to try and locate a new exhaust. We were looking at that a while back ago, but it just didn't work out. The radiator is here. You can see it's been redone. It's back. It's ready to go back into the tractor. And there is, let's go around here, new floor panels. And they've all been made up from scratch. And as I said earlier with some of the other stuff, exactly as the originals were, only probably slightly stronger steel in it this time around. So yeah, the cab is the bit that I'm probably most nervous about. It's going to be what a lot of the work is going to be with. So the roof of the cab is actually, it's back here as well, as you can see it back there. There it is. So it's just all that black that black just from being out in the weather kind of that gets on plastic. Probably a lot of it will wash off, but it will be cleaned down and painted anyway, so it'll not make that much difference. We have steps and there's mountains and stuff here on the ground, so everything for the tractor. A lot of it's here, some of it's over in the other shed as well. So yeah, as I say, the worst end of it is going to be, I think, doing the cab and getting it back into some kind of order. So yeah, we'll see. We'll probably not just tackle it yet. We'll do finish off the mechanics on the tractor initially, and as I said, we'll get it run and tested, and then what we'll do is we'll get it out, we'll wash it all down as much as we can get off it, and of that just a bit of oily dirt that you can see around it, and it'll kind of leave it then that we should be able to send it then to get a bit of shot blasting and painting done on it. So yeah, that's where we are with it. So she's going to be an ongoing project now over the next number of months, and we'll be making plenty of videos of it as we're doing it, and you'll be able to keep up to date with it all. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've been looking for this video for a while, well, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you knew nothing about this restoration job that it was going on, which I'm sure a lot of you didn't, because I haven't been doing any videos on it in quite a while, so it could be all new. Well, this is what you're going to be looking at now over the next 6 months or so, this journey of restoration. So who knows, maybe even you might be able to help me along the way somewhere, where if I was looking for some parts or something for it, you might be able to help me locate some bits and pieces for it. So we'll see. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and of course hit the sub button. As I was saying earlier on, costs nothing, and it all certainly helps the channel. So until tomorrow's video, thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.